Hello guys, so this is a pick a card reading on what makes you attractive, what do people find attractive about you, all genders. So this is pile number 1, pile number 2 and pile number 3. I'll give you a minute to choose. Not a minute, a couple seconds to be fair, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go to pile number 1. So pile number 1, what makes you attractive? We have the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel like you guys are very much focused on your future. You're very much focused on stability. You may be quite traditional in some aspects, not all aspects. So I guess when it comes to your career, you've either gone the traditional route of I need to do this and this to get to this place, or you found like multiple ways of getting income. Either way, you've made sure that you're financially okay or that you're going to be financially set. And that makes you very attractive because it's like when people speak to you, they realise that you're not messing about. You're not joking about. They get the impression that you're not going to let anything stop you from getting this money. Like you're not. Or you're going to make sure you establish yourself. So it's not just about money, it's in terms of reputation as well. So you could be someone that's very much you're very respected, I'd say, when it comes to your peers and family. But especially people that have been in your life long term, their respect level for you is very high, and that's because you represent very stable energy. And some people that you date or people that you have dated, they see you as like a long-term person to be with. So you're not the side chick or the side guy. You're the wife. You're the husband. No one's really trying to mess with you. And even if they did, they realised real quick that you was not the one and you was not the two. So you most likely just leave the connection. Because if you can see you're not going to be wife or husband, or you're not going to be a long-term partner, then you're just like, you know what, I'm not interested. You have nothing to offer me. I know what I bring to the table. I bring stability and I bring a legacy. And if you can't bring that, then we're just not going to talk, like at all. So yeah, you're very stable. And that is very attractive. And we have the 6 of Wands. I feel like you guys you put a lot of effort into your appearance. So you may do your hair a lot, or you look after your hair, like you might wash your hair like every day, I don't know. You may, I don't know, you just do something different to your hair, like you're just very presentable. Your outfits look good. You may feel like, actually, I'm just dressing normal. No, people really like, your attire, the way you dress, and the way you present yourself, really. And you give this vibe of being very successful. So what makes you attractive is you're very, even if you feel like you're not successful, people feel like you're successful in certain areas. Majority of you has really got to do with either your career or your money situation. And for a lot of you, it's got to do with reputation, mainly. So there's that. And I think there's a lot of people that would want to have you. So not just relationship-wise, but in terms of friends, there may be a few people that actually, maybe a lot of people that actually want to be your friend. You could be quite popular. So if some of you are popular, that's another reason that's another aspect that makes you attractive as well. Because like, wow, everyone wants pile number 1, like they're very desirable. So why wouldn't I want to speak to pile number 1, And as I said, it's not just romantically, it's platonically as well, like as a friend too. I would say very well respected when it comes to family members as well. Even if you're not on good terms with some, they may not like you, but they do respect you. You know, they do respect you, so it's good. And I think you try to remain positive regardless of what's going on in your life. Like if something serious is happening, something that's quite sad, you're just kind of like, well, it is what it is, and you got to do what you got to do. And what I got to do is keep moving forward. I haven't got time to look back and feel sad. And there may be times that you do, but majority of the time you're kind of like, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for myself. I've got to do what I need to do. And people respect that because it's like this vibe of progression is like, I'm going to move forward anyway. And then there's the 10 of Swords reversed. So let me move this up so you can see. I feel like there's a few sad things that can happen. I think if we look at this card, some of you have like been betrayed really badly, and I think it's from people that were supposed to be quite close to you. You see there's some people here. I feel like some people quite close to you have betrayed you. For some of you, it could be friends that have betrayed you. Not getting so much family, but hey ho. I'm getting more friends, but they've betrayed you. Could be co-workers too, and you're just kind of like, okay, well, I mean, I got betrayed. That's life, you know. No one's perfect. That's not going to stop me from, you know, living. I'm going to live my life anyway. You guys don't carry this bitter energy, this not nice energy of, you know, I've been scorned. Well, is that the word? I've been let down, so now I'm going to be horrible to everyone. No, like, you guys just have this energy of, well, you know, it is what it is. I've been disrespected, you know, I've been stabbed in the back, I've been betrayed, but who cares? I don't even think you lot mention it. You don't mention that people have done that. Okay, I guess if someone asks, hey, pile number one, like, has anyone ever betrayed you? Then maybe I feel like you'd be open to talk about it because you've been asked. But you don't feel the need to bring it up every time because, as I said, you're not bitter. So it's just like, whatever. Oh, yeah, that happened, but it is what it is. I'm still... It's like you have this healed type of vibe of, I've kind of healed from that, so I don't really need to speak about it too much. I've healed from that, so I'm not really carrying any energy or doing any coping mechanisms or defense mechanisms to heal from that, because I've already done the work for that. So I don't really care too tough, but yeah, that happened. So I think people are quite proud of you because you just move on. I don't know, that's the best way I can explain it. You just move on. And anyone can say... And the thing is, I feel like some people have witnessed people say some horrible things to you. Because the swords here represents... it kind of represents the verbal. So maybe someone has went on your account and said some horrible stuff to you. Or they've physically... that in terms of face-to-face, they've said some horrible things. And there's been people that have witnessed this. And your response has always been, you know, gracious. Like, okay, I mean, that's nice. Did that make you feel better? Because, like, nobody cares. Like, what did that do for you? You know, like, you're just so unfazed. You're like, okay. And I think it's because a lot of you, this has happened so many times. So you're just like, all right then. Like, oh, whoa, okay. You know, I'm a B word. I'm a this, I'm a that, all right. Like, okay, no one cares. You really don't care. And it's admirable to a lot of people. Because some people, they can't do that. Like, once someone says something really unkind to them, you know, they respond quite emotionally. They get angry, they cry, they get into depression, anything. And you're just so unfazed because you've already gone through that. You're just like, oh, whatever, here we go again, another hater, you know, you're like, whatever. So, yeah, it's admirable. It's admirable. Then we have a new beast protection. So, but it's in reverse. I feel like it's not that you're not protected. I think you break any boundaries or limitations that people have set for you. So you're not closed-minded. If there's something you want to do, you're like, you know what, I feel like I'm going to be protected once I do it. So it's all right, I'm going to try. If I fail, then I fail. It's okay. I'm just going to dust myself off and try again, because that's all you can do. Like, you take risks and you know that you'll be fine. It's okay. You know, some people are scared to do that. They don't know if they'll be protected if they do certain things. But you're kind of like, I know I'm protected. I'll be fine. I'm going to do this. And, you know, people respect that because you're brave. You take risks. I feel like a lot of you are very spiritually enlightened. And that's why you know you're going to be protected always. Because you have faith that you will be fine. Whatever deity you believe in, you feel like they're going to protect you, so it's alright. Even if you're an atheist, I don't know if there's any that watch my channel, you're just like, I'm going to be fine. I'm going to be fine as well. Like, I'm going to be fine. So, yeah, you really trust in yourself, and people really find that attractive. They do. So then we have Maui Discovery reversed. So I feel like you understand that you don't know everything. You're like, I don't know everything. I don't know. I want to learn. You're a student, naturally. You're a learner. And when you speak to people, you give off this energy of, you know what, I mean, I do know this, but I don't know this, you know. I'm not 100% aware of, you know, a lot of information to do with this specific subject. So if I was to give an example, like, you could know a lot about a particular, let's say, medicine, okay? But you're not someone that's arrogant, that's like, yeah, I know this about medicine, I know that about medicine, I know about medicine. Like, you're kind of like, I know this much about the medicine, but there's a lot about the medicine that I don't know about, so I would really like to learn that. And when you speak to people, they may speak about different subjects. It doesn't even have to be a really smarty pants type of subject. It could be like, you know, something that happened with a celebrity the other day, and you're like, huh? What? And then the person's like, yeah, you never heard that's what happened with XYZ. And then you're like, that's what happened to XYZ? Why did that happen? And you want to know more information. So it could even be on subjects that are quite trivial, but you're just kind of like, I want to know more information. And people find that they admire it, because, you know, you're not a know-it-all. And even if you do I'm not picking it up, but even if you seem like someone that knows everything, you admit, I don't know everything. I want to learn stuff though. It's impossible for anyone to know everything, so I want to know, you know? So yeah, it's quite humble. There's a humble energy about you as well. Like, there's enough confidence to say I can do this, but then there's also humility, where it's like, I don't know everything and I want to learn this. So it's very admirable, very much so. I also think you get epiphanies, you get realizations about things. Like, you discover certain things that certain people haven't really discovered, or they haven't really understood. So you could hear a situation or a dilemma, and you could be like, oh, and then all of a sudden a solution pops in your head about it, and you might say it out loud, and then people are like, oh, you know, I never thought of it that way, or, do you know what, that's a good idea, maybe we should do that. So you may be someone that comes with unique solutions or resolutions to a situation, and people are like, wow, I did not really think about that, you know. And with the tattoos on Maui, I feel like certain things you say, it stays with people. They remember it for life. You know, tattoos are for life, right? Okay, you can get tattoo removal, but usually the whole point of them is for it to stay on you for life, right? So, for the rest of your life, anyway. So, when I say your life, I mean, you know, in this life. Not in the 5D. So, yeah, like, anything you say, a lot of the things you say, people remember. So when you speak, is very important. Like, people really listen, and then it stays in the back of their head that that's what you've said. So it's very interesting. You're a very interesting person, basically, and that's what makes you very attractive. And I think you're also a go-getter because of like the red in the picture of Maui, like, and there's the Ankh in the Anubis picture as well, if you can see it. So I just feel like there's this, it's a spiritual energy, or and the Ankh is a feminine, I think it's a feminine symbol, to be fair. That's my interpretation of it. And there's this feminine energy with you that's just receives, and it's just like, I'm just going to take in all this information. I'm going to see what's for me, and what isn't for me I'm just not going to deal with because it's not for me. It's evident. I'm not going to force a situation. So there's a lot of feminine energy with you, and there's a spiritual element to you, and there's a go-getter energy, and there's my words have meaning, and I'm not even forcing my words onto you, but whenever I do speak, you listen. So I don't know, you're pretty intense, pal number one, you're pretty intense, but that's what makes you attractive. And then we have Lady of a Bosch Egg, and that's ancient wisdom. So I really think you guys have been through the mud. Yeah, you guys have been through it, okay? There's been a lot of damage. So some of the experiences I'm gonna put out there, some of you have been through, you know, you've endured, you know, maybe the death of a loved one, you know, God forbid though, if that hasn't happened, or, you know, you've been disrespected, people have been violent towards you, you've gone through some really bad times. Some of you may have certain mental health conditions, and that's made you feel really low at times. But you're like, you know what, I'm a survivor out here. I'm a survivor. Yeah, all that's happened, but that don't define me, you know? You're like, that don't define me. I'm still going to do what I need to do. And I'm not ashamed. And you guys are like, and I'm not ashamed of my experiences. That's what I went through. That's a part of me. Have I healed from it? I feel some of you, okay, I'm not gonna say you guys have 100% healed from it, but the way that you maneuver in life is, I guess I haven't really 100% healed from it, but I am healing. Like, it's a process, and you're accepting that process. You're not resisting it, and people can see that. They're like, okay, wow, like, wow, they're impressed. They're really impressed, and that's what makes you stable. With the 31, 3 + 1 = 4. There's stability there within you. There's resistance. Not bad resistance. I should say there's resilience. You're resilient, basically. Wow. But yeah, you're very wise. So a lot of your situations you've actually learnt from. So you're not going to put yourself in that situation again. Or if you can kind of tell, there's this, it's like your clairvoyance has increased, like it's gotten better. You can tell when something's about to happen. So there's some psychic energy within you. You're like, okay, this is gonna happen because I've been through this. I can already tell that's gonna happen, and it's not. And you're not saying it in like a hurtful way that you're just gonna do this to me. No, like it's okay. I can blatantly see this is gonna go here. So I'm not going to put myself in that position, or I'm prepared for the consequences because now I know what the consequences are going to be. So I just have to deal with it in the best way that I can. So it's a very mature type of energy that you give off, and people really respect that. So that's attractive. Now we have 24. I believe this was separation, but let me double check. I'm going to double check in the book. This is a new deck I got from my friend at uni, so I'm just bear with me. Yeah, separation. You're just different, I guess. Like, when it says separation, I think when people see you, you're not an average person to them. There's certain things you do that are different to the way other people do things, or the way that people generally are. You're just not like that, you know. You may have a unique personality. Most people are like that, you know. But it's interesting because the way that you do things, it works. People are like, huh? So you'll do something that's different, and then people are expecting it to not go well because you're doing something different. And then you doing this different thing, it's worked out. And people are like, what? Now, how did that happen? That's not supposed to happen. And then you have to make people really think about their life, because they're like, wait, you've done something completely different to what everyone else does, and it worked out. And that's attractive, because it's like you're a trendsetter. You're like, wow, that's interesting. So, yeah. Pile number 1, that's what makes you attractive. If you'd like to read and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But I'm going to go to pile number 2 now. Oh, pile number 2. What makes you attractive? What makes you attractive? So I believe this is citrine. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's citrine. And I think that works with the solar plexus chakra that's located near the gut area, like your stomach. And that's to do with just doing things. You just do. Like, you're constantly on the go doing. Or you do something quite brave, or you'll do something I do think it's brave. Is like this brave energy, or is this energy of I'm just gonna keep doing because that's what I do. I have the confidence to keep going, so I'm gonna keep going. So there's this element of confidence within you that people find very attractive, basically. So we have the 5 of Wands, upright, and the 8 of Wands. That's what I'm saying. Do. This is fire energy. This is action. This is taking on projects. This is doing new things. And I guess there's some sort of sexual element to it as well, because I know that with this is not based on the sacral chakra. This is solar plexus, do the gut, right? But then with wands, it always reminds me of it's like a phallic symbol. It's you know, it's related to intimacy in my eyes. So I think you guys are very physically attractive, and that's what makes you attractive to people. Yes, you give this element of you're very sexy. You might feel like, I don't feel like that, but that people are thinking you're very sexy, okay? You can't argue with the people. This is what they feel. We are doing what makes you attractive, not what you think makes you attractive, okay? There's a difference. So I feel like you guys are very... Some of you are quite argumentative, and people like that. People like that. You'd think, what? Being argumentative causes conflict. People don't like conflict. Some people do. Some people think it's quite feisty. It's quite spicy, you know? So there's that. But then also, there could be a lot of people competing for your attention. There could be a lot of love rivals people have to deal with when they get in a relationship with you. So there's this element of competition here. So it could be for an external type of vibe where there's people, you know, wanting to compete with you. But they find that attractive. They're like, wow, a worthy opponent to compete with. So even if it's like people that are quite jealous of you, because I'm getting that, there are some people that are jealous of you, but then the qualities you bring that they have to basically verse you against, or I don't know, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if they was doing who has the best dress sense, they know, okay, I'm going to have to dress better than pile number 2, because pile number 2 always brings it, basically. So they admire it, but then they're envious of it as well, or jealous of it. So there's that. It's a catch-22. You can't win, But it is what it is, partner. So you're just that girl, you're just that guy. There's confidence there, there's competition. When we get with a person, they're always going to feel like, you know, you're possibly cheating, or, you know, you're going to leave them in 5 seconds to go speak to someone else. Not because you've actually done anything, but because, like, you're hot, you're spicy, okay? And people have to deal with that. And it makes them feel insecure. You make people feel insecure out here. And not in, and it's not like you've done anything bad, it's just, you're just amazing, you know? So there's that. And then, yeah, I think the fact, and then the fact that some people are jealous of you, because I feel like people talk about you. There's no swords here yet, but I'm picking that intuitively. I feel like something, power number 2 thinks they're all of that, yeah. They're not even all of that, you know, that type of vibe. And the people that they're saying this to is they think talking down on you and bad-mouthing you to someone else, they think that, you know, it's working and the person's not going to like you, like, now. But actually, it's done the opposite. The person listening to this, listening to the other person bad-mouthing you, like, they're kind of like, really? Wow, you're really threatened by pile number 2? So what's pile number 2 really dealing with? Like, how are they actually dressing? I'm actually going to go on their social media right now and see what they actually look like, because you're really chatting rubbish about the way they dress, but I bet you they dress bad in terms of really good. I bet you they dress amazing, and that's why you're really pressed, like, you know? So when people are trying to do something weird, like, the people that they're speaking to are looking at you in a bigger light now. So what they did kind of backfired, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's what makes you attractive, to be honest. That is quite funny, but yeah. And then we have the 8 of Wands. So I feel like you're always on the go. Some of you travel a lot. That could be traveling to different countries. It could be traveling to different areas. Like, you travel a lot. And if it's not that you travel a lot, you just keep doing new stuff. It's always new things, or you keep learning new things. You know, things that aren't general knowledge. It's not common sense. Like, you actually go out your way to learn information. And people find that very attractive, because when they speak to you, there's always something interesting to talk about. You're not boring at all. You're a very interesting, exciting person to be with. I don't know why I said to be with. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of partner energy here. So I'm feeling like a lot of people are trying to get with you. Like, they're trying to be your partner. They're trying to be your husband. They're trying to be the wife out here. But also, like, people in general, like, you're just always interesting to talk to. There's always something new to speak about. So there's that. Or even if you speak about the same thing, there's always a new element you bring to that same conversation, if that makes sense. Or that same topic, I should say. So for example, if someone was to talk about the colour blue, one day it could be like, you know, blue can represent sadness and depression, and they're like, okay, then you guys might speak about depression and sadness for the day. Then the next day you guys speak about the colour blue. You're like, oh, well, you know, blue in terms of colour psychology, if that's your favourite colour, that could mean that you're quite calm and relaxed, and you're persuasive, and you're quite good at speech, and you know what to say and when to say it. But by the way, this is all true, but, like, you could bring up stuff like that. Like, it's the same topic, but different things to add to the topic, different aspects you've spoken about regarding the topic. So people are quite interested about that, you know? Not about the topic, but what I mean is they're very interested in you, because you're always going to teach them something, as like you're a teacher. And you have the Princess of Cups reversed. Okay, here's another thing. You guys just don't care. You don't care. Now, I know you guys are probably like, what do you mean I don't care? I do care. What do you mean? Like, okay, hear what I'm saying though. When I say you don't care, I feel like if someone has wronged you, because usually the Princess of Cups represents some sort of apology to me, or trying to, you know, speak nicely to someone, to form a connection with them, an emotional one at that. And I feel like if someone has wronged you, you're just kind of like, well, good riddance, you know. Bye, see you. Like, if someone says, if you don't do what I want, I'm leaving you right now. You're like, okay, bye, see you, there's the door. What do you think this is? You think I'm going to do what you say? And then I'm not happy, because I don't think so. So you guys are just like, okay, see ya. See ya. And people are like, what? You're not gonna beg for me? No, pile number 2 is not begging for you. Bye. See you. See you. See you. Go speak to another chicken head, because it's not gonna be me. That is you guys. You guys are like, nah, I'm not doing it. So there's that. If someone did something horrible to you, like, not even in a relationship, but as like in a friendship, you're not begging for that friendship back. You're like, okay, well, now I see you. Now I see your true colours. Do I forgive you? Of course I forgive you. I forgive you because everyone's flawed. That's fine. But we'll never be close again, because I can now see that you're a snake and you can't help it. That's how you are. But you can never chat to me again. Like, you know what I mean? I wish you the best. I wish you well. I hope you do great things in life. I hope you have a happy life. Genuinely, I hope you have a happy life. But you need to stay 20 yards at least away from me. I don't want to see you. So, yeah, it's like, I don't care. You don't care. And people are like, wow, I mean, I think it makes them doubt themselves. Like, oh my gosh, I actually got rejected by pile number 2. Yeah, you did. Maybe if you didn't mess with them, then that wouldn't have happened to you. Because I have a feeling you guys are very calm. Like, there's no, you guys aren't emotionally manipulative. You know, you're not emotionally erratic. You're just like, okay. You're very calm. So I feel like the only way you would actually stop speaking to someone is if they've done something to you. And I don't think you guys are bitter about it neither. You're just like, okay, you did that. That's fine. It's okay. But you're not going to do it to me again. So, you know, like, good luck on your journeys. But no, thank you. I don't want a friendship with you anymore. So, yeah. You don't beg friends neither. So you're not... we have a word back home, but I'm going to have to call it something else. You're not like a people pleaser, you know. You're not a beg friend. Like, you're just like... If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. I ain't got a beg friend, you do. I don't ever get this twisted. I don't beg friend people. Am I nice? Yes, but I'm not beg friending you just to fit in. It doesn't work like that. I don't even think you guys fit in anyway. I think you guys are very different. And yeah, people are kind of like, wow, you're not even gonna like beg to be our friend. No one's begging to be your friend. Pile number 2 is not begging to be your friend, babe. So you can just forget that idea. And they realise, and they're like, okay. But they find that attractive because you're very independent. You're like, whatever. And I think it's more attractive when someone's not like begging to be someone else's friend, because I don't know. There's some psychology regarding that, but because you're not begging for approval, you're getting people's approval, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, the tea. Then this is what I was saying. The 9 of Pentacles reversed. Like, you make people feel uncomfortable because you just do your own thing. And you do things very different. And people are like, what? What? But you're never comfortable as well. And I don't mean you're not comfortable within yourself. I feel like you guys are very comfortable within yourself. And this is why you're able to do so many different things. I think you make other people... No. That's not what my point was going to be. Yeah, cool, you make other people feel uncomfortable. I think I was more going to say, like, you achieve something and you're like... Great, that's done. Great, you celebrate. You're like, yeah, I did it. You're like, great stuff. Okay, so what's the next thing? Like, you guys are like, there's so many things you can achieve and do in this world. Like, I'm not just gonna do one thing, you know? Like, what? I think you guys probably have achieved a lot of stuff and you don't stop there. You're like, okay, and I'm gonna do some more. And it's not like you're doing it to, as I said, get validation from others, or like you actually doing it because that's something you do. You just do that. You're just like, I'm gonna do this. You do it. You like the experience. I'm picking up. You just like the experience of it. You have the experience of it. You get rewarded, and you're like, yeah, that was great. That was amazing. Now, what's the next experience I'm gonna have? You know. So you're always doing something new, achieving something new, and people are like, wow, you just don't stop. When will you just be satisfied and content with what you have already achieved? And you're like, yeah, I hear that. I get all that. But no. I'm happy I got that, but I'm gonna do something new as well. So yeah. Yeah. You're never just gonna stop. You're just gonna keep going. Probably till you're old, to be fair. I bet you some of you watching this, you're probably in your 50s or 60s and you're still doing new things. And I just want to say, if that's the case, I really respect you guys. That's amazing. I plan to do that too. It's amazing. But just keep you. Anyways, I don't need to say that to you. I know you guys are gonna. You guys are natural, like, you know, go getters. You're naturally active, so that's fine. But yeah, people feel comfortable, and people feel like you could be a millionaire tomorrow, and you still would do stuff, like in terms of you still, and because it's pentacles, it's given like I feel like you guys focus a lot on maybe your career or anything to do with money, really. There's little projects you probably do, or you work very hard at work, and people feel like if tomorrow you was a millionaire or billionaire, you'd still be working, because why not? So I have to stop working because I'm a billionaire. Like, okay, that's nice. That means I can enjoy myself more. Maybe I can go on yachts, and I can go on private plane rides and that. That's nice. I'm gonna do that too, but I'm gonna work still. Maybe not at the same place I'm working at, but I'm still gonna work. Like, why not? So yeah, people just feel like you're never satisfied. And I don't think it's the way that. I don't think it's not satisfied with your life. I think it means that I think you're satisfied with your life, but you're always going to do new things, because why not, And anyway, that makes you attractive. That's the whole point. So, yeah, makes you attractive. And you're given the vibe that you don't really need anyone, because the nine of Pentacles is giving... I kind of see it like the single card. So, you're just like... Some of you may be single, it's giving that. But you seem comfortable in it. It's like, okay, well, yeah, I am. I meet who I meet. And some of you, if you are in a relationship, I'm telling you right now, your partner is stressed. Like, they're stressed. And the reason they're stressed is because they're getting the impression, and I'm thinking it's true as well, you could get whoever you want and you could drop them tomorrow. They're feeling like that, I bet you. So either way, you're still giving single energy. Even if you're like 100% loyal to your partner and you show them so much effort and energy, they still feel that, you could do way better than them. That's how they feel. So, But yeah, anyway, there's just this energy of I can do bad all by myself. I don't really need anyone. But, it's nice to have people around. That energy. And then we have Le Skill. So you guys are very talented, I would say. Very talented. I don't think you just have one skill. I think you have multiple skills, to be fair. Some of you might be quite athletic. Some of you are just good at anything to do with really business or projects. Seeing really that. Some of you might be good at modelling. I don't know. There's a vibe there. There's some sort of creative vibe going on. But I think a lot to do with your speech as well. Like, the way you say stuff, whatever you say is a skill. What? Okay, let me explain that properly. You're very skilled at speaking. I can definitely say that. And it stays with people. So there's that. Kind of similar messages to part number 1, to be fair, but you guys, I don't know, it has a twist to it. You guys seem a bit more a bit more energetic than pile number 1. But okay, we have approach fear, but it's okay, so you can see the card, but it's reverse. So you don't have no fear. You're like, it is what it is. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. And it isn't what it isn't. It is what it is, Oh my God, like some of you might like skydiving, I don't know. And then people, oh my gosh, what if something bad happens to you? And you're like, oh well, that's life, innit? Like, that's what happens. Okay, at least I did it. At least I conquered my fears. You conquer your fears. Any fears you've had before, you're like, oh well, that's life. I'm gonna just do it. Just do it, I'm just gonna do it. And people are like, wow. They're like, wow, that's amazing. You just have this transformative energy, and people are just really shocked by it, really. You shock people. You shock people. You really do. Again, there's a lot of blue on each card. You just know what to say. And there's a bit of orange here as well. So it's got to do with your creative energy as well. A lot of you are creative in this pile. Some of you is something to do with speech and creativity at the same time. Where I don't know, some of you, you're linked to that. You do something creative that involves you speaking. Don't know what it is, but that's interesting. And then we have Marie Masquerade, glamour, intrigue, drama. Let me just say, can you see that you guys, you're a bad bee? Like, no one can say, like, come on, look at her. She's like, do you see my hair? Do you see my makeup? Do you see my mascara? Yes, gal. Do you see my dress? Yes, gal. Do you see my boobs popped up? Yes, sir. I made sure I was looking spicy when I went out today. Even if you're a guy, you just look well suited. You look, even if you dress in more urban clothes, that tracksuit's looking really nice. Really nice, okay? So, again, I have to go back to the way you dress. It's looking nice. I'm going to have to go back to your physique. It's looking nice. That's how people are feeling, you know? There's like a very sexy element to you. I think you're quite loved by people because of the green here. And I'm not saying that you guys aren't loving. I feel like you can be, but I feel there's a lot of people that love you. And the reason being is, okay, cool, this is the physical, is the glamour. But then you're very interesting as well. You're very intriguing. You're like, ooh, what's pile number 2 about? They're different. They're a bit, you know, like what's pile number 2 about? Because Marie Masquerade, she looks a bit she's a bit sneaky, you know? Like, I can see she looks good, but then I'm kind of like, you look a bit mischievous, and you guys are giving me mischievous. So there's that. You guys might have a different hairstyle. Not a lot of people have your hairstyle maybe as well, so there's that. You may dress a bit different as well. And also for some of you, I don't think you caused this. Well, not directly anyway, but I think there's a lot of drama like surrounding you every time, and I don't think like you guys have anything to do with it. I feel like there's always your name's in someone's mouth all the time, or like there's someone just makes a big issue around you and you're kind of like, wait, why are you involving me? What did I have to do with anything? You know, that type of vibe, like, what's going on? I haven't done anything. And then there's just drama around you. People are like, why is there so much drama around pile number 2? And then I think when they confront you about it, you're like, I actually have nothing to do with this. I don't understand why my name's being called. I don't understand like what I have to do with this situation. However, people want to drag me into their mess. So that's what I think the drama here is about. And I think it's because you do what you want and people want to cause a problem because you do what you want and you won't do what everyone says, if that makes sense. Or you won't do what's expected of you. So it's going to cause a problem because you're not being agreeable. So yeah, I'm not saying to be agreeable. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is that's probably why you're always in drama, or why people always associate you with drama, because you just do your own thing and they don't like that. So yeah, and I'm getting the feeling it's always like jealous people putting you in problems that you have no business being in. So yeah, and anyways, my whole point is because that happens, people just are very attracted to you, basically, because you're just interesting. Now you're doubling, now you're triple interesting because you're in a drama. What's happening? Then we have 5, but it's reversed. What did that mean again? I think it meant bulldozing. Let me double check. You guys are giving bulldozing though. Yeah, bulldozing. Any traditional ways, that's done. And you're not doing it. It's done. That's why it's reversed. Like, you're just like, no. And I think also it means people are trying to stop what you're doing. If you're doing something different, people are trying to stop what you're doing. Every behaviour I've said so far, people are trying to stop it. Because they don't like it. Because why do you get to be different and they don't? So they're gonna try and do the most. And I feel like you guys are just like, I mean, you can try. I mean, you can bring 20 bulldozers up in this. But let me tell you one thing. I'm still going to do what I need to do. So good luck, babe. That's why it's reversed. Because I feel like people keep trying to bulldoze what you're doing. And you're like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. You're not doing it. And even if you do it, I'm going to just pick myself up and do what I need to do again. You're going to get tired. No one can out-tire me. You know, that vibe. So, and people are like, wow, like, you just don't stop. You keep going. And that's what makes you attractive. But part number 2, if you'd like to read and like, subscribe to my channel. If you'd like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. But now I'm going to go to part number 3. Part 3. Oh my gosh, what was this again? What was this stone again? No, I'm going to find out what this stone is. That's not acceptable. Oh my gosh. What is this? Is it Dalmatian? I forgot the stone, guys. I'm so sorry. And because I forgot the stone, I'm going to have to just go with the cards. I'm just going to have to go with the card meanings at this point. Maybe there's a reason this has happened, because it didn't cross my mind. I actually don't know what this stone is. I've searched up one time and it's actually lost my... I've forgotten what it means. This has happened for a reason. I'm going to find out the reason this has happened. But usually when things like this happen, it's for a reason. Okay, so why people find you attractive. Okay, so you guys... It says that... I think you guys are quite logical. It's giving that. And I think this stone has to do with the root chakra. Which is to do with like stability in terms of like it can do with financial stability, but can mean emotional stability as well. So I feel like you guys are quite solid in terms of you come across quite logical, to be fair. So because the Ace of Cups is reversed, is giving... I think you're quite careful with who you become friends with or who you get into a relationship with. Is very logical, and I would say, and not even so much logical, it's very practical. Like, if it doesn't make sense to pursue, you're just not going to do it. You're like, what? That don't make sense. Like, if a player came to you tomorrow and said, oh my gosh, I'll stop my ways, like, I will be loyal to you, you're going to be like, see, your record shows that you have slept with the whole of this county or this area, and you're trying to tell me that you're going to be loyal to me, and I ain't seen no proof. Yeah, you can go over there with that, because no one believes that. So it's just, your guy's very practical, it's giving practical energy, right? So no one can come to you with no romantic Romeo sweet talk. You're just going to be like, that don't make no sense. That don't make no sense. Okay, where's your proof? When people are like, oh my God, even if you don't know the person's, damn it, what's going on? I'm getting distracted in you guys reading. I'm distracted. What was I talking about? This is so unprofessional. Anyways, the point is, I just feel like if there's no solid proof about something, you guys aren't believing it. Sorry, it's just not. You know that song? Is it I Believe in Miracles? You're like, I don't know about that. I need proof. literally. So anyway, I clarified the Ace of Cups with the Three of Swords, because I was like, what is it that you're not really entertaining when it comes to emotions and all that? And yeah, the Three of Swords kind of gives me like heartbreak. So maybe for some of you, you like, some people have, you know, let's say betrayed you in terms of like a friendship or relationship. I feel like some of you have been in a third party situation and you're just kind of like, I'm gonna need some sort of security here. I'm gonna need, like, it's given the vibe of, let's say if a guy or let's say if a guy was to take you on a date, you're kind of like, he could play me, but I'm getting free food out of this. So even if it goes downhill, at least I got my food, you know? I don't know, like, there's this vibe of you need to be compensated in some sense, or there needs to be a deposit or something, just in case something goes wrong. And people actually like this about you. You'd think that's a quality that's not that great, but people are like, that's quite smart, actually. So you're just very protected, basically, in terms of you protect yourself. You make sure that you're going to be good regardless when it comes to your emotions. So you don't rely on other people to make you feel emotionally okay. You're kind of like, I need to make sure I'm okay, and I can do that. But when it comes to your connections with people, you're like, I need to make sure I get this and this, because I think it's not even so much like I need to take from them and I don't give anything. I think you guys can probably give the world to people because you're a very stable person, but you're kind of, the way you move forward now in any type of connection, be it romantic or platonic, you're like, I need to get something out of this. I'm not leaving this connection without something, because no one's going to use me or play me. And okay, I mean, it is coming off a bit, you know, like, unhealed. It might be something you need to work on, but it can be worked on. But anyways, that's not what the reading is about. The reading is about what makes you attractive, and people like that, you need to be compensated in some sense, or you need a deposit in some sense, you know. So there's that. Then we have strength. You have quite a strong personality, and that doesn't necessarily mean you're loud or you're just impossible to deal with, like, not like that, but a strong personality of, like, you're just not a weak person. You're just like, I know what I want and I'm gonna go after it, and furthermore, no one's gonna disrespect me because I ain't having that. And yeah, as long as you can deal with that, we're good. There's no issue. You're just you're a very strong person. I feel like a lot of people rely on you as well, because you're such a strong person. And if you're kind of like, no one really relies on me, they would like to rely on you. I think people find you quite dependable. So there's that. Some people view, like, you actually have a really soft core, but your exterior is very solid. It's very hardcore. So people know that you're actually really a sweet person inside, when the outside you just put on this tough exterior, this tough energy, basically, to protect yourself. And they're like, you know what, I can't fault that. Everyone's got to protect themselves, so fair enough. So there's that. Then we have the Three of Pentacles. So what people find attractive about you is that you can work together with people quite well. Like, they're like, so at work, I feel, particularly in the workplace, I'm picking up, like, it seems like you do your job quite well. Whether you get along with the co-workers or not, you will get the job done. Like, if there was an argument between you guys, you're like, yeah, that's cute, we can deal with this, like, after work, but right now we gotta do this. I'm gonna do my part, you guys do your part. It's very professional. It's like, I haven't got time for this. Any type of drama is not is not going to disrupt what I have to do for work. I need to feed my kids. I need to pay my rent, and you guys are not going to ruin that for me. You understand? So let's just get this done, and we can hash out whatever you need to hash out outside of work, because no, not in my workplace. So yeah, you guys are very cutthroat like that. Like, don't mess with me. When it comes to, and if it's not work, then maybe with like studying, you guys are kind of like, I need to study. I need to do what I need to do. People might be like, oh, let's hang out. You're like, yeah. I'll catch up with you later. Let me just finish this essay, because I actually need to finish it. I'm not messing about. You guys do not come before my work. So there's that. And then you may meet up with people after. Like, you make sure you do what you need to do, and then have fun after with people. So that's what makes you attractive. Like, you know when to say, okay, cool, it's time to focus on work, or studying, or my project, or my business. I need to focus on that, and then I'll hang out with you guys. So it's not like you're like, okay, I'm going to focus on this, and then I'm not going to hang out with you guys. I don't want to speak to you. It's not that. It's like you have your priorities in order. So that's very attractive. And some of you are learning a skill, or you're learning, I feel like you're doing something that's going to put you in a higher position at work or something, or in your career, and people are seeing that you're learning something, and they respect it. They're like, okay, cool. They respect it. I just think you have a healthy balance of socializing and working, and you just don't let people emotionally manipulate you. You're not having it. Any sign of emotional manipulation, you're like, yeah, I see what you're trying to do, and let me tell you right now, you're not gonna do it. I'm not having it. Like, and you're not saying that. So for example, if you said to someone, well, you're just gonna do this, you're not saying it off the whim because you think they're gonna do that. You're going by previous history. Well, if you look at history, you did this and this, so obviously you're going to do this. Like, it makes a lot of sense. It's very practical. It's very logical. So no one can really argue with this. They're like, okay, I cannot take the mickey out of pound number 3 because they just threw my history back in my face. Obviously not to be rude, but to show like they have every right to believe what they think is going to happen because of what I did. Do you know what I mean? Or because of the way I behaved. So it's very logical. Like, it's not even scared. It's like, but you did this. Like, come on. I'd have to be an idiot to believe you do something else. Like, do you know what I mean? And if there's no change of behavior currently, you're gonna be like, you're not even what you say you're gonna do. For example, if there's like a player and then they want to be a husband, you're saying, yeah, but like, you're not even doing up husband duties right now anyway. So why am I gonna believe you're gonna be a husband? Does that make sense? And cool, if you're gonna say, you can't judge me for my past because I was a player. Okay, but now, you ain't paying no bills up in here. You're not, and you don't just have to pay bills to be a husband, right? You're not being emotionally supportive, yeah? You're not looking after your kids. Is all that. You're just like, currently, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And this can apply to the other sex as well, like, but I'm just saying one scenario. Like, how can you expect me to believe that you've changed and you're not doing anything for me to believe that changed? Like, so that's what I was kind of getting at the beginning, part number 3, basically. Like, very practical person. And then we have dedication. So you guys are very dedicated. Very dedicated to whatever it is that you're doing. You're very hardworking. I guess all the parts were hardworking, but it's just in different ways. You guys probably stand out to be the most hardworking, I guess. You're very dedicated. I'm picking up you're dedicated in all aspects though. I guess part number 1 and 2, there was more of like a individual thing going on just with them personally. But part number 3, I feel like you're very dedicated to your family, making sure that they're fine, especially in the financial sense. Like, you're trying to make sure everyone's okay. I think even emotionally, people depend on you and you make sure they're okay. So you're very supportive, I would say. But you're supportive, but people know they can't take the mickey out of you because you're not having it. You're not having it. There's a line. They know there's a boundary. And you're like, no, don't ever think. You don't even need to say it, but they know that they can't violate you. You're not having it. Or otherwise things will get real ugly. Things will get real ugly. I think some of you have a temper as well. Like, people don't even want to see it. They don't want to see it. Actually, some people do. They kind of find it attractive. So if you guys are kind of wondering, like, I'm just shouting in this man's face or this girl's face, or like, and you shouldn't really do that, but you know, people can't help what they do when they're angry. Or this person sees me getting really angry and they're sitting here laughing, or they're sitting here like they like it, like it's turning them on. What's going on? Like, if you're thinking that, is because the person finds you getting angry very attractive, so they're going to wind you up, you know. So if you guys wondered that, that's why. Okay, so when it comes to you getting angry, people find that attractive. Maybe you look very sexy when you're angry. I don't know. That's what it's giving. We have Voodoo in blue back off, but she was in reverse. So whatever it is that you say you're gonna do, and you don't fall back on it. You're like, nah. I said what I said. I said what I said. Yeah, you're like, that's what it is. Oh, but don't you think you could you could soften up on the rules? No, because that's what it is. There's not no softening up on no rules, because then you're gonna take the mickey out of me, and I'm not having it. So these are the requirements, and that you need to, you know, these are requirements that I want, or that you do. How do I explain this? These are the guidelines you must, you know, go by, and then this is the requirements. These are the requirements in order. Okay, you know, I can't. I'm too. Do you know what it is? I'm tired. But you guys know what I'm trying to say. Like, you guys have certain things you expect. There's certain expectations, and people need to fulfill them. And if they don't fulfill them, you're like, okay, well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I'm not easing it up for you. That's life. You guys are very much tough love. It's given tough love. Because when you guys say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. So you're like, so why can't people just do what they say they're going to do? Because I do it. It's not hard. So, yeah. Okay, I mean, everyone's personality is different. 2 plus 2 is 4. Yeah, you're like, no one's messing up my instability. Any type of unstable energy around you, you're just like, it's got to go. And I'm not even apologetic about it, because I don't understand why I need to be dealing with instability. I'm not doing it. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting. Anyway, 26. What was that again? Let me find out. Impact, yeah. Whatever you do, it has an impact. When you tell people not to mess with you, it's impacted them. They're like, damn, I can't get nothing over Pano 3. Yeah, you can't. They're like, wow, I really need to sort myself out. Otherwise, they're really not going to talk to me. When it comes to your work, I feel like when it comes to your career, you've made a serious impact. You should pat yourself on the back, because, like, that's amazing. And people find that attractive, yeah? You don't loosen up your boundaries. You're like, this is the boundary, yeah? And you need to pass it. No, that's not what I meant. This is the boundary, and you need, not to cross it. You're not crossing it. I don't care. I don't care how great the sex is. I don't care how much of a great friend you are. You're not crossing my boundary. Yeah? Okay. Same way you wouldn't cross their boundary. So you're like, that's what all I'm asking for is respect. And if you don't give it, you got to go. Because I respect everyone that respects me. So, like, literally. But yeah, you guys create a lot of impact in general. And people, I think people are scared of you personally, but it's not in a bad way. It's not like you're a tyrant or anything. It's just like they're scared of you because they know they can't take the mickey out of you. That they can't fool you. They can't dupe you. You're not having it. So yeah. But if you'd like to read and subscribe to my channel. If you'd like a personal reading, the details are in the description box below. Bye guys.